breaking coming in right now. Amit Shah has now left from the airport after meeting the family of Sidhu Moosewala. Big news coming in, viewers, at this point of time. Remember that Sidhu Moosewala's parents were to meet Amit Shah in Chandigarh today, and the latest update is that that meeting has happened, and we have got you those visuals on your screen of Amit Shah meeting Moosewala's family. The visuals on your screen exclusively and first on Republic TV only. I would like to go across to Aishwarya, who's joining me on the phone line. Aishwarya, we are seeing visuals of that meeting between Sidhu Moosewala's family members and the Home Minister Amit Shah.
Well, absolutely, Shivangi. At this point of time, we have been told that this meeting was very brief and it happened at the airport, at the Chandigarh airport. Also, what we have been told, Shivangi, that the Home Minister has taken in the request of the parents of Sidhu Moosewala. They want a proper CBI inquiry into this. His father has made it very clear that he doubts that the way his son, singer turned politician, Sidhu Moosewala, yes, they have accepted he was controversial. People may have liked or disliked his songs, but the manner in which he was killed, brutally killed in broad daylight, he feels that there was a very meticulous plan behind it, and he has told this directly to the Home Minister of the country. And we are being told that the Home Minister has positively reciprocated to the matter. Whether the Home Ministry suo moto takes cognizance and gives a CBI inquiry into the killing of Sidhu Moosewala or not, that is something we will know within the next 24 hours. But at this point of time, the request has been made. They want central agencies to intervene, properly investigate the brutal murder of singer-turned-politician Sidhu Moosewala. That's a request which has been made by the parents of Sidhu Moosewala to the Home Minister of the country, Amit Shah. Back to you.
All right, Aishwarya is getting us all those details. Aishwarya, stay on with us. I just want to tell our viewers what they're watching on their screens. Amit Shah now meeting Moosewala's family. He has met already. In fact, he has also left from the airport after meeting the family of Sidhu Moosewala. Later on, Aishwarya, of course, Amit Shah has back-to-back engagements today. After that, he is meeting, after he met Moosewala's family. Later on, he will also be inducting the former Congress ministers into the BJP. So we can see that the Home Minister Amit Shah really taking a step there to, deal with these issues which are coming back to back and take a very, very proactive role, Aishwarya. All right, Aishwarya is getting those details. We'll be joining back with him soon. We lost his line. He'll be coming back. But viewers, what you're seeing right now, like I was telling you, that Amit Shah has a very packed day today. He's taking a proactive step right now after meeting Sidhu Moosewala's family. Amit Shah, they're taking multiple back-to-back proactive steps. Amandeep is also joining me on the phone line. Amandeep, you're also aware that transition will take place of the Congress leaders into the BJP, where Amit Shah will be present there. Right now on our screens, we just are seeing visuals of Amit Shah meeting Sidhu Moosewala's family members.
Well, exactly. Amit Shah is listening the request of Sidhu Moosewala's father, Balkaur Singh, and his mother as well. They both are at the airport, and couple of minutes meeting held for couple of minutes meeting held, and in fact after that Amit Shah has just arrived. After meeting Sidhu Moosewala's families, Amit Shah has just arrived at the BJP office as well for the induction of former Congress ministers and ex-MLAs into the BJP. And in fact the most important meeting was held at the airport. Back-to-back important engagements of Amit Shah during Chandigarh visit, just because it is one-day visit to Chandigarh, and back-to-back the schedule is very much tight of Union Home Minister Amit Shah. First he planned to meet Sidhu Moosewala's family at 5:30 at a hotel, but now all of a sudden at the 11th hour the plan has been changed, just because the shortage of time, the tight schedule of Amit Shah. The Moosewala's family was asked to reach at the airport, and they met in the airport for a couple of minutes. They put out their request to Union Home Minister Amit Shah regarding the killing of their only 27-year-old son, who was killed by a group of gangsters in a broad daylight in a full public view. And in fact, after listening their request, Amit Shah immediately left for Punjab BJP office, and now Amit Shah is meeting Punjab BJP leaders, and very soon the induction of the former Congress ministers as well as Congress former MLA of Congress party, they will be taken into the fold of BJP very soon, just because an important day for Amit Shah, and major setback for the Congress party, and even a major setback for the Aam Aadmi Party government as well. Just because when Punjab Chief Minister went to meet Sidhu Moosewala's family, it was a huge, massive protest outside his residence, and people delayed and postponed the visit of Bhagwant Mann to Sidhu Moosewala's residence. But now Moosewala's family themselves came here to meet Amit Shah is a big indication that they wanted to shift the probe from state government to central agencies, and that is the reason. And that is the reason they are meeting Union Home Minister. Their request is still pending with state government, and in fact justice has not been delivered in the case of Sidhu Moosewala killing, and the family is requesting Amit Shah to take the probe to the central agencies so that at least truth can be exposed, and the people and the accused and the gangsters who are behind the killing of Sidhu Moosewala, they can be exposed. And even that is the reason. And second part of the meeting is that Punjab BJP leaders are going to raise the law and order situation of Punjab with the Union Home Minister, just because back-to-back incidents are reported in Punjab. Sometime a RPG attack happened at the Punjab Intelligence Office. Sometime a kabaddi player was shot to death in a broad daylight. Sidhu Moosewala, popular singer turned politician, was killed by a group of gangsters with an assault rifles in broad daylight and full public view. Ammunition recovered, arms recovered, sophisticated weapons recovered in Punjab. Several Khalistani posters has been hosted at the different places in Punjab, and in fact certain kind of incidents, they are confronting the law and order situation continuously in Punjab. That is the major concern, and today BJP Punjab leadership unit, they will be discussing the law and order situation with Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and will take the advice how to improve it, just because it is the biggest concern of everybody in Punjab and even everybody in the union government as well. The harmony and the peace of Punjab is being disturbed. Meanwhile, Amit Shah will also conduct the joinings, induct four cabinet ministers, former cabinet ministers of the Congress party and one ex-MLA. If we talk about the specific profile of these cabinet ministers, two were dropped ministers from the Chennai cabinet, and in fact they were very much disappointed from the Congress party when their names were not being uplifted when the Chennai cabinet was constituted. He was Balveer Singh Sidhu, former health minister, and Gurpreet Singh Kangar, former mining minister. They both are the ministers that were dropped in the cabinet of Charanjit Singh Chennai. And in fact, they raised their voice to Sonia Gandhi as well, could kindly reveal the reason for dropping down their names from the cabinet. But no justification has been given by the Congress party. Since then, till now, they were very much disappointed. They were the staunch stalwarts of the Congress party. Since years, they were into the Congress and always remained the loyalist for the Congress party. And one former industry minister, Shyam Sundar Arora, after elections, he tried to contact to the Congress High Command several times to raise the query and to discuss the reasons behind defeat of the Congress party in 2022 elections. But nobody has given the consent to the voice of Shyam Sundar Arora despite raising multiple times. And in fact, Shyam Sundar Arora is one of the senior Congress leaders having a huge space in the Punjab Congress. Since Punjab Congress new president Navjot Singh Sidhu came into the power, and in fact he was holding the party position, the Congress is slowly, gradually getting eroded in Punjab. And the result is they have lost the elections in 2022. Several Congress leaders, former Congress ministers have joined the BJP. Before this, captain's close associate Rana Sodhi and certain other ministers have already joined BJP. The major setback started when former PPCC President Sunil Jakhar joined BJP after saying bye-bye to Congress party, just because Congress Congress has humiliated a Hindu face in the in Punjab when it was a time to select a new chief ministerial face after Captain Amrinder Singh. All the MLAs, majority of the MLAs voted for Sunil Jakhar, but just because he is a Hindu face and in fact he cannot be the chief minister of Punjab, this was the reason given to Sunil Jakhar, and that is the reason his name was not stamped by Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi for the face of chief minister. And all of a sudden a Dalit face, Sunil Jakhar, a Dalit face, Charanjit Singh Channi was stamped for the chief minister, and Jakhar's disappointment raised, and in fact at the end of the day Jakhar decided to join BJP, and after getting so much disappointed from Congress party. And that day Jakhar indicated that it is just a start, that Congress is getting eroded in the Punjab, and in fact now more leaders and the former ministers are lined up to join BJP very soon. And today this is what happening. We have seen 4 former ministers, 1 ex-MLA. They all are joining BJP together. And in fact, they all are those who are actually in the Congress party since years. I mean, that is the biggest setback to the Congress party.
Right.
They
You're
are
reporting
actually
from
not
there outside the
evaluating.
BJP office in Chandigarh, Amandeep. I know that Amit Shah will be coming there anytime now, right? Amandeep, Amit Shah will be coming there anytime now. But right now, let's just talk about, if you have some details about what kind of conversation did Sidhu Moosewala's parents have with Amit Shah. We know that Moosewala's father had written a letter to Shah demanding a probe into his son's killing by a central agency. So do we have any details about what is the conversation between those two, and also if Amit Shah has given any kind of assurances for justice to Sidhu Moosewala?
Well, Shivangi, the point is that since the conversation started, just because it was a very short conversation held between Union Home Minister and Moosewala's family, and that was just a couple of minutes. And in fact, Moosewala's father, Balkaur Singh, requested Union Home Minister Amit Shah to kindly deliver the justice in the killing of his son, who was killed in a broad daylight and a full public view with automatic assault rifles. And in fact, the family is still waiting for the justice, and even he requested to kindly take over the probe to the central agencies, just because Punjab police has not delivered justice to this case so far. These two requests are very much prominently raised by Balkaur Singh, father of Sidhu Moosewala, before Amit Shah during the meeting. Amit Shah listened each and every request of Balkaur Singh, and even ensured that justice will be delivered in the killing of Sidhu Moosewala. Well,